Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones, aka Daniel Kuhn, back with a new video. No more conversations about race. You know, I really, there are times I really wish, and it makes sense, that a black white supremacist like myself would say this. I sometimes wish white supremacy was real. So that whenever someone feels the need to say that we need to have a conversation about race, which honestly really isn't a conversation, it's more of a lecture. It's a one-sided lecture towards one side who more likely not they're white. It's towards someone who is white about what they need to do to make such and such group uh be a be approved by them. That's all these so-called conversations are. Whenever that point gets brought up, if white supremacy was actually a thing, white people could just say no. We're not going to talk about it. There's nothing to talk about. I really do wish. I really sometimes wish that it was something that was real, because they could just shut these conversations down. Like, no, we're not talking about this. I'm white. You're not. My what I say goes. So we're not talking about it. I sometimes wish it was that easy, because these conversations, like I said, are nothing more than people who are seeking a validation and approval from white people. And I figured the way I figured it out is this. So I came across another article. It was from Entertainment. I get smart news on my phone, and I get articles from just different sources. And there was a Whoopi Goldberg on The View was saying that white people need to act on basically act. They need to act in terms of making things better for racial minorities in the United States. And at first, I'm thinking to myself, well, for one, don't drag me into this. I'm not asking white people to do anything, but just stand up for themselves. Don't take this kind of talk, this kind of abusive language to make it seem like they're the sole reason for so much suffering in the black community. Never mind much of the crime that's being committed is black on black. Much of it has to do with broken black families. Much of it has to do with masculinity being rooted out, being constantly rooted out of the black community. Never mind, it's black women basically a lot of times pimping their kids out for their own gain, whether it be through whether you do money they get through taxes or child support payments. That's never mind all never mind all that. It always has to come back to something that white people have to do to make things better for black people or for any minority. And by the way, if you're with these any other groups, like if you're brown or yellow or whatever, don't join in. Do yourself a favor. Do not join in on this victim bandwagon. It does nothing for you. It does nothing for, I guess, the group you belong to. It does nothing good. All it does is perpetuate this idea that you're poor folk and that you're helpless, and that you need that you need these white masters to do something to improve your situation. No matter how powerful or how supposedly powerful these so-called white people are. Um, these conversations are useless. All that needs to happen is that white people, anytime you're put into this, you're put into a situation where you're supposedly being made to answer for all these ills. It basically says this: well, if white supremacy is true, I don't have to say anything. So if I don't have to say anything, that means you're on your own. Which for me, that's a freeing. That'll be a freeing thing to hear, because it means that, well, if they're not going to do anything about it, then it's all up to me. Then it means it's something that's it's in my grasp to take care of. It's something that I can actually fix, instead of passing off to some group or some evil white man hiding behind a tree, remote control, pulling strings. I don't have to pass off this. I want to pass my struggles off, all my worries off to to this group or this individual. I can take care of myself. That's what I. That's saying. If anything, that'd be the most productive thing that any white person can do. You say that no, we're not going to talk about no, we're not going to talk about improving race relations. There's nothing to talk about. It has really, like you said, I pretty much said this has it has been anything. It hasn't been really anything to talk about since the end of the Civil War, in terms of what white people could do to improve race relations in this country. It's so too much has already been done. You know, and I said that Booker T. Washington already laid out the groundwork for what black people. I mean, I'm saying black people because uh, liberal blacks just seem to be the only ones who love bringing this stuff up. Um, he already laid out the blueprint for what needs to be done. It's the economy, nigga. It's money. It's jobs. It's business. If you want to improve your situation, get better at business. All right, screw everything that W.E.D. Du Bois was talking about with his town the 10th. Screw that. I think it was him that talked about that. Don't worry about any of that. Focus on business. Focus on generating your own wealth. Focus on making your own money. Focus on a trade, and that way you'll be able to have enough resources on your side to where you can make influences elsewhere. That's it. That's how you do it. All that and that goes back all the way before the 1900s. It's that simple. It's always been that simple. But no, black people always had to drill into their heads that they gotta have all this power has to be passed off to somebody else because they're the ones who are in charge. No, it's you. It's you, Negro. You can do this. You can improve your situations outside of other people's control. It all comes down to your work ethic, your skill, your determination, and luck. That's all. That's what it comes down to. It doesn't come down to what someone with a lighter skin than you can do. It doesn't come down to that. It doesn't come down to what they approve. No, you want something done, you do it yourself. You want to pull yourself out. You want to pull yourself out of the situation that you're in. Fix yourself, because you're the common denominator in every problem that you face. It's you. You know, it's you know, it's like me personally. I can come up with a bunch of different excuses for why something doesn't go right in my life, but ultimately it has to come back to me. I have to face the facts that hey, there's something I could be doing. There's something I should be doing to make my situation better. There's something I could be doing, and that's a very reassuring, very powerful feeling. They know that I can be doing something, not something that someone else is doing. And let's say it does require action from someone else. Well, while I'm waiting on them, what can I be doing? What can my black ass be doing to make my situation better? There's a lot, So like I said, I wish if white supremacy was a real thing, I wish it was exercised far more, far more than it seems to be doing right now. I wish more white people would just be shutting down these supposed conversations. Like, no, we're not talking about race. Get your black ass up and do something for yourself. Quit calling on me or other white people to do things for you. Yeah, we can trade. We can do that. I mean, personally, I'm always happy to trade with anybody. If I have something, I'm willing to trade, or if someone has something that they'd be willing to trade for. But other than that, no, it's up to something. I gotta be doing it. I gotta be doing my own work. And the same goes for you too, Negro. You need to be doing your own work to improve your own situation. We don't need no more conversations. No more of these useless exchanges that does nothing but bank on liberal white guilt, because white conservatives got nothing. They got nothing to apologize for. They got nothing to feel sorry for. They're in their right mind. They don't need to be unless they're being gaslit. They already they have nothing to do with what the plight that's going on. No, that may work on white liberals, but they don't. Oh man, I'm glad I'm doing this video because like I've done, like I've said in previous videos, it all comes down to what it is that you can do as an individual, not what you should be looking to expect from some other group. What you be doing. You know, what do you what ammo do you have in your arsenal to help you get yourself in a better situation, so that you're not passing it off to someone else who more or less is just gonna pimp you, who's gonna pimp you for resources, and the cycle repeats itself when you see that, oh, nothing has gotten better. You know. Yeah, like I said, it's just, as what I said before. I said in previous videos before. It's a this victim mentality is for hoes. It's something that pimps use against hoes. That's how pimping works. Pimping is easy. Just find a tired old broke hoe that you can take advantage of, and she'll, you make her feel good. Whisper some sweet nothings in her ear. I'm talking about black people at large in this instance, and they'll follow you. They'll go wherever you want. They'll go wherever you want them to go, and they'll attack whoever you want them to attack. And the pimps in this situation are generally seem to be white liberal women for some reason. I don't know why. They seem to be the ones that always want to, who seems to want to bring up matters of race. You know, it's strange. But that's my video. Hey, please tell me what you think. Do you agree with what I said? You think I'm off my rocker? Do you like this hat? Please share your thoughts. Leave a comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. If you want to help out with the channel, just go to my YouTube homepage. You can make a donation to my PayPal account. All amounts are appreciated. Any gripes, complaints, see me at PM. I'll see what I can do to address them. That's my video. No more conversations about race. I'm Edward Jones, a.k.a. Daniel Kuhn. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped. And God bless.